So my joke is like in the other interview, I said, I got tired of telling people they're doing it wrong. The story is about in the 10 years between 2004 and 2014, how you literally can make $1 million as a DJ.
Most DJs are extremely egotistical. Yes, I'm talking to you. And so therefore, you as self-born telling me how I can make $1 million as a DJ, although you're giving me gold, and I love the color of this because it reminds me of, but I can be like, I can take it. Two things can happen with most egotistical DJs.
Mhm.
Who are you to tell me how
Mhm.
to make $1 million doing
And that's
this?
happening.
And I don't. Miami's hip hop and R&B. It's 103.5 The Beat, Poppy Key, the people's voice. My special guest, legendary DJ, author,
Now author, yes.
promoter,
Yes,
all the things.
yes. Producer.
Producer,
Yes.
DJ Self-Born in the
Yes.
building, man.
My brother.
Pleasure,
Thank
man.
you, man.
Glad to have you here, legend. How are you?
Man, I'm great. First, I gotta say, thank you for having me, man. And so fast. You are look, I reach out to you and I want to save this for the show. I reach out to this brother and stay in tune, like just stay in tune usual. Hey, man, I just put out my book. If you could find the time, whatever, I'm paraphrasing.
Humble.
Yo, like, man, it'd be dope. Now let's talk. Boom, boom. This brother sends me back just the link to schedule right away. I thought it was a joke. Actually, was making sure I didn't reach the bot or like.
Right.
And so I just want to say I appreciate that you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to respond that way. You didn't have to respond so fast. But I already know you're gonna look out for your Aquarius brother.
That is
Aquarius
correct.
love.
That is correct. And not only that, let's talk about the legend and the stuff and the work that you've put in as a veteran
Yep,
DJ,
you see what I'm doing, bringing some
Love,
stuff
hey,
back out here.
That is correct.
Yes.
So you warrant that respect from me, sir.
I appreciate that.
You know that.
No,
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
that.
And on that note, I want you to talk about, yourself first. Sometimes it's the hardest thing for us to do. Is to be able to talk about ourselves and our accomplishments and stuff like that. So let everybody know who DJ Self-Born is. Starting off with how you got that name.
So it's funny. It's great that I wrote this. I had the pleasure of what I thought was the highlight of my career over 20 years ago. Had the opportunity to tour with Raekwon and then tour with GZA. So basically Wu-Tang tours and immerse myself into everything deeper than just the hip hop that was known at the time.
Right.
In the 90s, everything dope was coming out and in early 2000s, but being able to go on tour it showed me so much. So from there, it had me want to break out of Chicago, do bigger than Chicago. And Miami was a spot that one of my boys, I'll talk about it in the book, he moved here. And it was really from that transition of going on tour and really wanting to have a name that represented what I'm on and the kind of person I am. Like I make stuff happen. I come up with ideas, infrastructure, put it into play, all of that. And so moved here. And shortly after that, met Mark G, Good Vibes Entertainment, my boy Mental G from Basic Vocab. And we just connected right away, musically, having conversations. He heard me spinning. And at the time, we were talking early 2000s when I moved down here 2004. You got to pick up the book. You'll love the story. And and just from that quick relationship on the beach, this is when everything was on the beach. The whole world was the beach, right? 2004, 2005. So the idea was we need a spot. We want to find a spot where we can be comfortable, play us. At that time, everything, well, still kind of is in these popular tourist areas. Everything's very mainstream. And it's really connected to, it was at that time bottle sales, which it's funny, it's very different now.
Yeah.
So it was very numbers driven, all of, it's the game. I call it the NBA. So our idea was to be able to be in the league, have our own team, and get a chip.
Yeah.
And we did for 7 years and built a party that I'm grateful to say was a legendary vibe that turned into me owning the spot, creating the first DJ bar concept. So that's where the book comes in, how I made $1 million as a DJ and built the system anyone can use. It goes from 2004 to 2014, and it tells that story, essentially, what I did, choices I made. A lot of stuff is common sense, but sometimes what they say,
common sense ain't
so common, right? So that is really how it manifested into where I'm at now, the knowledge that I have. And that's just from the DJ side. So it all comes around to making a book and then also doing a reunion party for the Love Hate Legacy. In the Love Hate Bar, talk about that real quick. That was 2006, actual brick and mortar, 2006 to the end of 2013. Started the party in 2006, took over ownership 2011. And then if you remember 2013, that was the dismantling of South Beach. We all went over to, shout out to Wood Tavern, shout out to Gramps. You know what I mean? Like the old, the Wynwood, the beginning, the first generation of Wynwood. Yeah, man.
It was very beatnik then, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It was cool.
So it was like, well, you're from Chicago, I'm from New York, but it was like our village.
Yes.
It was like the Ville for us. You know what I mean? It was very beatnik.
Side note, real quick. What's so funny? I'll never forget. I went back to spin in Chicago. You know Chicago. You got crazy people. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I go to spin in Chicago, and we ain't really talk like that. I'm coming up to the spot that I'm spinning at, actually. And who I see walking out with other Chicago people, like he lived it, like he is Mr. Chicago. Like, I'm like, Papa Kid? Like, you don't want to say what's up. Like, you don't want to make it like, it was like, yo, what's up, yo? And we were passing, but I thought that was so wild to me. Like, it's like those moments in the airport or something. I love
the shot. Yeah, when you
it was funny, and I was like, that was the last face. I said I always want to mention that at some point.
Nah, it's all love, man. Well, you guys have an amazing food festival that happens there.
Yes, Taste of Chicago,
right? Taste of Chicago.
Yo, it's funny you mentioned that. I'll talk about something.
And then on top of that, oh my God, one of the best places I've ever had breakfast. Berries and batter.
Okay.
Yeah, but over by where the stadium is, where the baseball stadium is.
Yeah.
I mean, Chi-Town was just an amazing city. A lot of people don't know this about the Chi. It's very divided, though.
Yes.
Very divided.
You used a respectful word. Yeah. Another word with an S. Ends with a D.
You're right.
Aggregate in the middle.
Yeah. So very much so. I did learn that over there, but some beautiful places, the Naval ship area where we go there and get the street corn and like, listen, man, beautiful place.
Yeah, segregation is great for food, but not for social.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, you want some good Mexican food?
Yeah.
You go where it's Mexican.
Right.
Good Italian? I can tell you each spot, which, I find that's funny, but yeah.
For sure. Well, tell me about what you're going to say about the taste.
So, I'm actually bringing a similar kind of concept to Overtown. It just got approved. It's funny how it just got approved. This is super early. We're going to be talking about it. But June 20th, creating the Overtown Block Party.
Nice.
So partnering with the Overtown Business Association. Shout out to Nicole Gates. The little greenhouse. We all fan. We all know. And put together an idea that I was like, man, bigger than just the food part, because that's in Chicago when you hear taste. But making it more block party, and instead of just the food companies, and now we know the taste, it involves, trinkets and things bigger than food. But what if we had every business in Overtown come and have a table, have a tent, and represent itself, and we doing it at the Dunn's Josephine Hotel in their core area.
Yeah.
So make it where it's, come one all, experience a business that you probably already know or haven't,
It's like a party expo.
Yeah.
Because you think of an expo when you have all the businesses come out and represent, but then it's that party vibe, you know what I mean?
So we'll also have, my wife and I have virtualpsychiatriccare.com, a national psychiatric practice. So we're going to have a table there as well. So we'll be giving free consultations, because that's something we definitely got to get in the community. Mental health and, and all of that. And an ease to it, to feeling comfortable, with doing that. So that's why, when you said that, I've been talking to people here when I was telling them the concept, they were like, oh, this is amazing. And I'm like, it could be like the taste, but, block party, because Overtown's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But that concept. So we're doing the first one, June 20th. Nobody knows about this yet. Literally, just got everything organized and approved. I know we're doing it for sure.
Congratulations on that.
So yeah.
Real. So the book, man, what made you decide to write a book called Self-Born, How I Made $1 Million as a DJ?
So my friends, and I guess some people that aren't my friends, some people that don't, I guess I'm pretty opinionated. Not I guess, I know I am. I own it.
Aquarius.
Yeah, come on, man. There's a lot I don't have to say, right? So we're sensitive, opinionated, all of that. So
all of that. Literal.
Literal, all of that. And for many years, I have friends or people that, I'm not a gatekeeper. So if I got a plug, a homie, a big bro, whatever, it's like, oh yeah, whatever. And that I don't know. I thought that translated to everybody, or kind of there was never the sense of kind of like, oh, appreciation. Let's build together and build
Mhm,
a team. And so I found, you know, not to go too deep in it, but being a black man in America,
mhm,
standing flat footed, saying I know something, saying, hey, you should do this that way, yada yada yada.
mhm,
It's a challenge. It's a challenge to be first justified within the room, and I
mhm,
have no pity parties. I
mhm,
don't,
mhm,
I ain't going down that road. Oh, the
mhm,
man, nah. But there is a distinct experience and feeling, and maybe only, leave a comment. My black men that have that American experience here. First, you have to justify why you're in the room, and then while you're in the room, you have to justify why you need to stay in the room, why you should be listened to.
mhm.
And it's a big challenge. So saying all of that, you see, I'm wordy. When you put it in a book, you put it in words, it's like, oh, damn, okay, you for real. You actually may know a few things. So
Can
go
I
ahead,
add a
man.
layer to that?
Go ahead.
Not only that, because I've experienced some of that too. When you a transplant and you coming from up top and you realize how different things here are in the bottom, things
Yes.
that worked for you, things that made sense for you,
Mhm.
the community that you had up top, it don't necessarily translate and work that way in the bottom.
Yes.
So you have to also rethink and recalibrate your brain to be like, okay, so how I'm this guy and I'm gonna give you all this information and I'm gonna give people access to me and all of that stuff, and it worked for you up top. Down here, that don't work like that.
Exactly.
And you have to get pinched and punched and fall on the ground a few times to realize, oh yeah, nah.
Yep. So my joke is like in the other interview, I said, I got tired of telling people they're doing it wrong.
Right, right, right,
And I say
right.
that facetiously. I'm being, kind of silly, but in reality, the story is about in the 10 years between 2004 and 2014, how you literally can make $1 million as a DJ. We're the first generation is going to live to want to create some sort of pension
Mhm.
or something as
Yeah, yeah.
DJs. We're, Red Alert, all of those. That's like the level up of mentors. That's
Right,
Unc to me, right?
right.
We are the first ones that are living this experience the
Mhm.
same way you had the generations of doctors, lawyers, plumbers, whatever. We could go right now. Well, I'm gonna sound old when I say go to the library, but we could Google right now any dissertation, anything on a subject that'll elevate your knowledge about that
Right.
topic.
Yeah.
If you're like, man, I want to be a plumber, you can study everything about it. What do we have for DJ?
Mhm.
Nothing. We not nothing, but in the way of real knowledge, we got novelty stories, we got children's books, we got how to be a cool DJ kind of thing, the mechanics of it,
Mhm.
but not it as an
I love
industry
that you
and a
Yeah, I love that you did this, but in my quick thought of the challenge in doing this is that most DJs are extremely egotistical.
yeah.
Yes, I'm talking to you. And so therefore, you as self-born telling me how I can make $1 million as a DJ, although you're giving me gold, and I love the color of this because it reminds me of gold. Although you're giving me gold, and I can be like, I can take it. Two things can happen with most egotistical DJs.
Mhm,
Who are you to tell me
mhm.
how to make $1 million
And
doing
that's
this?
happening.
And I don't see it, and I don't see it on you. Right.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yup,
hold on.
yup,
Right. I don't
yup.
see it on you. Right. And then the other part of it is that who are you to tell me that? But
Yeah, yeah.
let me see what he let
Let
me
me
see
see
what he
what he's
got
talking about. I
going
mean,
on.
that's what's interesting about I say that's human nature first, and then
Right.
to see human nature, social media, man.
Yeah.
Because everybody's opinion now is not this.
Hmm.
It's
Right, right, right.
you know what I mean? Thumb thugs. And it'd be
Right.
real tough. I'm getting used to it instead of the hate of somebody saying something against it, how it translates now is crickets,
Hmm.
right? So like when certain people aren't saying stuff,
Right.
it speaks a lot louder than it did back in the day, right? When it's just like, all right,
And we
hey,
know, and we can see
yeah,
you.
because it's like you're celebrating, everybody's celebrating everybody. I mean, I've never had a problem with like big up in anybody. That's what I've
Right.
been a big proponent on putting on DJs,
Yeah.
helping create
Who
DJs,
are
all of
some
that.
DJs you respect down here that you feel are, you know what I mean? Because as I'm saying, DJs are
Mhm.
egotistical. I don't consider myself a DJ, although I do. Um, but who would you say are some DJs that you respect? You know,
First,
and
my brother, legendary from the tunnel, DJ Johnny Walker Red,
ah,
aka Ferg Fresh. That's his Miami Beach name. When he
yeah,
wearing his Hawaiian shirts, he's Ferg Fresh. When he
good
wearing
dude,
chocolate eyes, he's Ferg Fresh.
humble
When
dude.
he got on Tim, he's Johnny Walker Red.
Yeah.
And Sunday, he's gonna be Johnny Walker Red. He's going into that mode. Come on, man. LS1, Come on, man.
My
like
guy right there.
And my brother's like, Element, and still old school guys like EFN. EFN still, he's still a DJ.
Absolutely.
Epps, I got to give props to Epps, man. Talking about the algorithm and we being older and like getting it and getting in the game. He's making funny videos. He's making BTS behind the scenes.
Epps has been like a teacher for us.
I give him props.
You can look at that situation and take it how you want, but Epps has been brave enough to kick down certain doors and barriers that we would be like, nah, I'm too cool, or I'm too this, or I'm too that. And we've now been able to watch him do that successfully, tour Europe, do all the things, connect with LL Cool J, and we're still not, and when I say we, not really me, you, are still looking like, oh, I could have done that, or I could have that, but you didn't.
Exactly.
You didn't take the risk.
Exactly.
So Epps is a risk taker, and I appreciate that.
I mean, and it's a bunch of homies. Don't be mad because I ain't mentioned you.
Yeah, don't be.
Big F, who we got, that's going to be rocking 6 mils. I mean, it's a bunch of people. And you know what? I'm going to give props. Fly Guy, you out there.
Guy!
That's the number one student. He soaked up stuff that was in this book before the book was written.
Right.
I give him this props.
Yeah, I'll give Fly Guy his props too.
Yeah. He's done his thing.
You know what I like about Fly Guy too? He's mad vulnerable, because I'm like that too. Like sometimes watching him, and doing his sets and stuff like that. You ever seen the moments he'd be like,
yeah. You got to simmer down, simmer yourself down.
Machine. Fly Guy, keep it up. I love it. You're being vulnerable and you're putting on a great performance, man.
Yeah, and I used to always tell him when he was learning, like, talk your shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there's a bunch of cats down here that like I really I give it up to for different reasons. Look, a brand new DJ, Tito Love. Brand new. Shorty Doo-Wop. She been doing her thing for a minute. So, man.
Shout out to DJ Vibes
as I sit and think, oh man, Vibes. I sit and think about so many people that like I'm rocking with from different places, and P-Funk. There's a bunch of people. So I don't want to dig more of a hole.
Right.
You only got a certain amount of time. I'm sorry if I ain't say your name.
They'll be all right.
I love you.
We love you. Let's talk about the Love Hate reunion.
So that's Sunday, 5 p.m. until we're rocking until. Man, I'm grateful for after 6 years was the last one we did. We did one January 20th. It's funny. That was the last one, which was we turned it into a pop-up. And it's crazy to put out the word. And it immediately was like, it was still a weekly. It was immediately like, oh,
right.
I had people that booked flights. All like the same kind of situation it was where people will adjust their travel.
Your crowds, your audience, they're now doctors and lawyers, and they're in DC, they're in all parts of the world, and that name still rings bells. This is something that you should be doing at minimum annually, but really quarterly.
Yeah. So,
because quarterly you can still get away without whoring it out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Aquarius words. Let me say that to people. They're like, whoa. I'm like, that's exactly what I say. I'm not pouring out.
Right.
Keeping the integrity, which is why the brand
but
is
at
what it is.
Minimum once in a year to give people the opportunity to book those flights, and no Memorial Weekend we here in Miami for Love Hate, or doing a Love Hate tour where you're taking it to different cities. That is a part that needs to be the asterisk in this book of what we do next.
The idea is right now with the reunion, creating that energy and a base and all of that. And it's a few moving parts, but I'll definitely say that there's going to be that energy that's going to be back around more.
All right.
So, we're working out.
I'm putting this in the universe.
Yes, because
you and I, I'm putting this in the universe right now. I don't know when, I don't know all the details yet. You and I are going to do a Love Hate Colombia.
Oh, shit. All right. I'm down.
Okay.
Put it out there.
It's out there. It's out there.
And that would be dope. That's crazy.
It would be crazy dope. Because you'll be so surprised of the different, because I go to Colombia a lot. I've gone.
Okay.
I'm not a passport, bro. But but I've gone, and you'll be surprised how much love they have for our culture. You understand? And our music, and how many cats are still down there from that. They'll be so appreciative too to reconnect with that. And then now us bringing an audience from America over there to enjoy Love Hate in a different atmosphere and be able to go on some tours, see where Pablo Escobar used to live, go up in the mountains, do some things. You know what I'm saying?
That made me think about DJ Mike T. his lane with house music, that's where, man, it's so much respect in the same fashion of learning, studying, sitting back watching. And then he took his own lane and like he doing amazing
Phenomenal,
gigs.
yeah.
Like the what is it? The car meetup with Ron, you know, like he's doing a bunch of dope stuff. So that's somebody I think about his trajectory a lot. We're actually about to do something together because we just made music. I just produced a house album. I got a bunch of stuff I'm working. Like this year, there's gonna be more stuff coming out, but I just did a whole house album, Chicago. And so he's got a project that either he just dropped some songs. I hope I ain't saying it too early. He just dropped some songs, or he's got whatever we are about to collab on, like an experience for if you're in Miami to experience the project.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, listen, I'm excited. So let's wrap this up. Tell them about the book, and then we didn't hit where Love Hate is going to be, so make sure you touch on that. Tell them how they can get the book, all of that, and then tell them about Love Hate this Sunday, where we need to be at and what's going on.
First, the book, Self-Born, How I Made $1 Million as a DJ and Built a System Anyone Can Use. You could read the back line. If Instagram deleted your account tomorrow, would you still have a career? So it goes into the 10 years you can make $1 million versus the 25 years it'll take you really working a salary job, W-2 versus W-9. Go to Amazon. You could go to Amazon right now and just search Self-Born, and you see what he's holding. It comes along with, if you buy it, you can buy them together. Now they're separate, but you can buy them together as well. It's a workbook, and it's something that really is going to be an audit and worksheets for you in your daily life, your weekly life, your monthly life. I got a contract in there that you sign with yourself.
Wow.
Just kind of these things to show if you're serious about committing to what your idea is and bringing that to existence. That kind of helps you. It gives like some rails, a lane to go in. Now, the reunion, Love Hate Classic Sundays, will be this Sunday, Memorial Sunday, which is May 24th, 5 p.m. It's free parking, no cover, and the spot is called Reserve. So check this out. It's at 7200 Northwest 2nd Avenue, which everybody's like, what? Yeah, like, but I love it because the fact that it's not much in Miami, in my opinion. I know y'all people throwing parties, you know, there's internet, everybody's gonna find, but my cousin party is dope. I don't know your cousin party, I'm sorry. But for older people in Miami, it's not a lot of spots for us to go and kind of know what we're gonna get and get, you know, not surprised by music or whatever. And so, yeah, 72nd, you know, and 2nd, which is just a dope number the way it rolls off. And I'm really tripping still off the fact that it's a free parking situation in Miami.
Yeah, we'll
it's
take
not
that
the suburbs any of that. So, yeah, so 5 p.m., Reserve Miami, is Reserve MIA. You could Google it now. It's a dope clothing store / speakeasy. So you can shop even there while you're there too. And yeah, man, and we bringing that energy back. And it shows you that Love Hate Classic Sundays is a feeling, and it's not a brick and mortar. It wasn't locked just in those years. It's about what we bring as far as the details, you know, Aquarius, detail oriented, and bring what, you know, people like. Me talking crazy on the mic.
Spike Lee movie, Love Hate.
Yeah, exactly. So being real true to that, you get your soul music, you get your classic R&B, you get your 90s reggae, 80s and 90s reggae. You get 80s music from Phil Collins all the way to your 90s with Wu-Tang and Biggie, and all, you know, feeling good. So, yeah, man.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for the legacy you have created,
I appreciate
my brother.
you, man.
All right, please get this on Amazon right now. Make sure you get the workbook. It's pretty dope, man. And yeah, man, let's support our brother and come on out and have a good time this Sunday.
See you Sunday.
Big reunion, all right?
Yeah,
Self-Born in the building.
Yup.